For a long time as an author, I had a really hard time imagining myself as a business. And so I had one income stream, which was my book royalties. And over the years, I have slowly added more income streams to my business. And I now have about 8 income streams that regularly bring me some income each month. A couple of caveats to this before we dive in. One, just book royalties is amazing. So I don't want to make it sound like you have to add more if you are a creative, an author, an artist selling your work. That is incredible that you are doing that. And number 2, I also think it's extremely valuable to only focus on one thing for a while and figure that one out before you start adding other things. While I think it's really helpful to diversify in case one thing slows down or stops working, you have something else in your back pocket as far as income goes. I also think it's very valuable to focus in on 1 or 2 things. So this isn't me saying if you only make book royalties. I'm not saying that because I think it's amazing that you have a book out there and that you are making income from your art, no matter how small those payments are, no matter how big those payments are, you are doing it. But I did want to share some other ways that you can add some income streams to your business. Also, keeping in mind that my P&L sheet, my profit and loss statement, includes every income stream across both businesses because I have my author brand where I sell books, and I also have Marketing by Shelby, which is its own thing and its own programs and services. So I'm going to lay it all out for you, but just keeping that in mind that you don't have to start another company like I did. All right, so I'm gonna kind of go in alphabetical order of like what is on my profit and loss sheet. So I use QuickBooks and I have a bookkeeping company that does my books for me. But I love to go in here every single month and review and make sure that I'm on track or note declines and upticks and everything as well. So I love having it outsourced, but I also think it's so important to take a look at them yourself and notice those increases and those dips and what months were your highest and why, and all of that is so important to dig into. So the first one that is new this month, it came to me at November of last year, is ad income for this YouTube channel. So I got monetized in November of last year. I recently did a video about how much I made in a year from YouTube, so I'll link that as well. That's a new one. So that's its own category now because it is ad income from YouTube, from Google AdSense. And then also included in that was one brand partnership that I did this year. So that's something that I didn't really do much of before, very rarely with my author page on social media. And it's been a couple years since I've sought anything like that out. And so this was just one that I took on this year. And so that was one income stream, is that I'm receiving some payments monthly from YouTube for allowing ads on my videos. And then that one video that I did in partnership with a brand. The next one, which grew from last year, which I was excited to see, is affiliate income. So whenever you're an affiliate for other brands or companies or people, you receive a small commission in exchange for promoting their products. And so it's kind of similar to a brand partnership, but with a brand partnership, typically it's an agreed upon amount that you get for working with the brand, regardless of how many people you send to their page to buy. Whereas with affiliate income, I did not receive any upfront payment for promoting them, but I got a commission on the back end after sales were made. So I did a variety of affiliate partnerships this year. One was for a course that I partnered with someone who is in the same niche as me, and I promoted their course to my list, and they held like a webinar for my audience, and that one went really well. And then some other smaller affiliate partnerships were summits. So I spoke at multiple summits this year, and it's free to sign up for those summits, and I'm speaking for free as well. So it's nice that I get some affiliate commission on the back end for people who buy a free ticket and choose to upgrade their ticket. And so that was another way that I got some affiliate income this year as well. Another tiny portion of affiliate income is being an Amazon affiliate. It's truly pennies that I get from being an Amazon affiliate, but there are certain products that I will link to if I really like a product on Amazon. There's been some videos, I think for a YouTube video that I did on this channel, sharing some of my favorite gear and things like that, that I'll link to affiliate links in the descriptions of the videos and things like that. And so I'll occasionally receive a little bit if someone makes a purchase through those links. So that's something to consider as well for you if you are wanting to incorporate more affiliate income, is looking at your favorite brands that you already use, especially if they could tie in well with your current audience, and seeing if you can sign up for an affiliate program for them. A lot of companies have them nowadays because they recognize the value of word of mouth and offering that extra incentive to people. And then there's also websites such as like impact.com, for example, where you can sign up for companies' affiliate programs. So that is one to take a look at as well. Sticking with alphabetical order here, the next one was my book royalties. So I have 4 books out now. Only one of them is now self-published. So I started off self-publishing and now my last 3 books have been traditionally published. Well, the full truth is that the second book started off self-published and then I was able to get a deal for republishing it traditionally. And I have a video all about my author journey as well, so I will link that one too. And so this one, the book royalties account for mostly my traditionally published books. My first book, I rarely promote. That's the only one that's self-published, so I don't really get like the Amazon payments anymore, but I do get royalties and deposits from my publisher. So book royalties is the next one on the list, and that one accounts for my ebooks, my paperbacks, and my audiobook versions as well. Okay, so then next on the list is kind of switching gears over to the marketing side of the company. So there's a few different categories within the Marketing by Shelby business. The first one being my digital guides and courses is its own category. These are self-paced guides and courses that people can purchase. I have one on TikTok, I have one on Instagram, I have one on launching. I have a new one called the Social Media Suite, which is a whole suite of templates and captions and video scripts to help you be more consistent on social media. And so that is all lumped into this category. And if you're curious on like the back end details of that, I use ThriveCart as my checkout system, and that's also where I house my courses in ThriveCart Learn. And then I also have to connect it to an email platform, which my platform of choice is MailerLite. So whenever people order, they get emails from MailerLite about how to access it and all of that. And so that is where my courses all go. I will link ThriveCart and MailerLite in the description of this video too, so you can find it, and those will be affiliate links so you can kind of see the affiliate marketing in action with this video. I also do some marketing strategy. I did lessen this a little bit so I could focus on the next income stream that I'm going to be sharing, but marketing strategy would be one-to-one sessions. I offered some one-to-one boxer sessions this year, as well as some custom audits. And so I would review, your social media page and give you some personalized feedback. And so that was its own category on my P&L sheet, just because it does take more one-to-one, more personalized time. So I wanted to separate that out so I could compare that versus the more self-paced. Once someone purchases, the course is already done and ready to go. So it requires a little bit less of my one-to-one time. Which brings me to my next category, which is memberships. So this year I had 2 different memberships. One, which I announced was closing over the summer. I announced in June that the Poetry Club was closing. And so that one I stopped collecting, payment for on the recurring monthly plan that it had in June. And so I've been focusing on the Creatives Content Club, which is my other membership solely for creatives looking to learn social media marketing and save time on social media marketing. And so that's been my primary focus for this year and is one of my larger income streams. And that one is recurring revenue. So people either pay monthly or annually to be a part of that membership. And so that is the one thing on my list of income streams that is recurring. And if you're interested in joining us, I will always have it linked in the description of this video as well, or you can head to marketingbyshelby.com/club. And then next up, this is the last one on my list, is speaking income. And I think this is my lowest one for the year. Yes, this was my lowest income stream for the year. And I didn't take on much paid speaking this year. I think I did 2. And then I did a lot of free summit speaking with that commission on the back end. And so I don't really count that as speaking income because I wasn't being hired to speak specifically and being paid to speak. So that one accounted for a small portion. It is something that I enjoy and I say that I would like to do more of, but at the same time, it is a lot of energy and a lot of preparation and a lot of time. So I think that it's something that I would love to continue taking on in small quantities and maybe saying yes to a couple of things per year. But I've done this for both my author brand and my marketing brand. So I've spoken on mental health, journaling to colleges. I've taught poetry workshops and been paid for poetry workshops. So that's kind of fit in more with my author brand as a poet. And then I've also done paid speaking for talking about about social media marketing as well. But I just didn't do too many of those this year. However, a couple months ago, I made a speaking page on my website to try to focus a little bit more on that and having some talks that people could book me for if they were interested. So that's something that I have now that I haven't really promoted in the past. The last one that I will mention is poetry editing. So I started poetry editing years ago, and it's something that I have kind of kept going throughout, like starting the marketing company and focusing on my books. It's something that I really enjoy, but something that I have had to cut down on in order to have the time to focus on the clients that hire me for it, but also to focus on these other things that I do. So starting in like May of this year, whenever I was already like booked for a lot of the year, I took it down from my website. I took it down from like my social media. I have not promoted it, talked about it at all. And I still was booked through this entire year. And so next year, I'm going to be more selective about what I take on in terms of poetry editing. I have like repeat clients that always love to work with me for their new manuscripts, which I love and I'm so honored by. And so I'll stick with that. But probably in terms of like taking on new people, I will be pretty limited with that, with the other things that I have going on and my other goals. So let me know if you found this interesting. I love hearing about other people's businesses and income streams and what they're up to. And I also would love to know if you would like to hear about the expenses side of the business, because I have around 8 income streams, but I have a lot more expenses than 8. I wish I had less, but it takes a lot to do all of these different things. So if you'd be interested in hearing about the different expenses that I have every month or every year, let me know, and I would be happy to do a video on that as well. This is my last video for the year, so I just want to say also thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching these videos or listening to the podcast. I am super grateful for your support and for your time. Time is a very valuable resource, and so the fact that you would spend any of it with me truly doesn't go unnoticed, and I'm super grateful for it. And I hope that you walk away feeling inspired or learning something new from the content that I'm putting out. And I'm really excited for what is to come in 2025. I tend to share more details about what's going on in my emails. I send one email every Marketing Monday. So if you're interested in joining that list, I'll link my freebie page in the description where you can grab some freebies, but also get on that list as well. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.